Hello, kings and queens. Welcome back to my channel again. I am going to do this video today, installing a wig onto my friend's head. She's like a sister to me. You guys have already seen her before. So this wig that we're going to do right here is a 4x4 closure wig. And I'm going to start off by doing her braids. This is going to be her all back McMills braids, and that's how we're going to install the wig. So I'm going to glue the front and then we're going to sew it into the back. So let's just get right into the video. So first I thought about adding some hair to the hair, and my demanding sister right here didn't want the braid in hair, so we decided to go without it. So do not mind the ashy hands, ladies. I just finished off by washing off the wig. So bear with me, please. Excuse those ashy hands. So now that baby girl is sleeping on my back, we're going to start by working our way into plucking of this hair, making it look more natural. You can pluck the hair damp or you can pluck the hair dry as well. That is up to you, but I prefer to pluck it wet because it's better and it helps me not to pluck too much of the hair at a time or rip out the lace whilst doing so. As you pluck, you can comb the hair back so that you see whether the hair that you have plucked is okay for you or you want to pluck some more. Now I'm going to create the part where I want in this wig, and in this case this is the middle part. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to take some mousse and I'm going to kind of set the part as it dries. This is going to help with molding of the hair, and also it will be easier for me to install it. Now onto the installation process whilst the wig is drying. So now I'm going to take my Got To Be glue gel in the black bottle, and I'm going to start using that to mold her edges, to comb it back so that it will be easier when I'm going to put on the cap and also create the ball cap as well. After that, I'm going to take this head cap that looks close to her skin tone and I'm going to put it on. That's the closest shade that I had. I'm going to take my Got To Be glue spray and I'm using the paper just to protect her eyes. I'm going to spray that on. Then I remembered that this is not a frontal, this is a closure installation. So I decided to move the cap away from her ears so that I can go ahead and keep spraying to my satisfaction. Now we're going to let it dry, but before I do that with a blow dryer, I'm just going to allow her to sit for a few minutes. And then I'm going to take some of the Got To Be glue gel and start putting that onto the cap so it will be easier for the cap to be able to stick well. The air that I'm using the blow dryer is on medium to cool air. I don't want it to be hot, but you can make it hot as well. But I didn't want to put so much heat on her edges. After I do that, now I'm going to take Maybelline Fit Me foundation and I'm going to put a little bit at the back of my hand, and I'm going to use my spoon brush and apply that onto the lace of the wig. As I said, this is a 4x4 lace closure wig. And I'm going to take a little bit of that foundation, I'm going to put it on her wig cap as well. And that's going to make it much more easier for the wig to blend and melt into the skin. Now the gel is fully dried on the wig cap, I'm going to cut off the excess from the front. The scissors I was using was so bad, oh my god, but I couldn't find the other scissors that I had, so we had to work with what we had. So be careful and be gentle so you do not cut the person's skin, and also be careful so you don't pull onto the cap because you're going to rip off the person's edges. In this case, I had to be extremely gentle because she has a little problem on her edges. So we're growing the hair back. It's a process. We'll get there. Right here, she thought it was so funny that she looked bald as hell. Oh my god, this girl. So anyways, I'm going to take the Got2b again, the gel, and I'm going to use that to make sure that the edges are well molded down. I'm talking about the edges of the wig cap because after I cut it, it had lifted just a little bit. So I had to make sure that I put just a little bit of the gel there so that it can melt into the skin more and look more scalp-like. Since it was already time to install the wig, I applied more of the gel, and I'm also going to use a little bit of the Got2b glue spray and make sure that it gets tacky before I apply the wig. So over here, I'm using the blow dryer on cool setting. After, I'm going to take my comb and I'm going to make sure that it's tacky. So I use my comb to dab it to see that it's tacky. Now I'm going to apply the wig without using my fingers to press it in. Do not use your fingers to press it in. Just, you can ask your client to help you pull the wig down, but don't use your fingers to touch the hair yet, especially where the gel was applied. So I stopped blow drying again on cool or lower setting. Now that that's done and it's fully dried, I'm going to start using my comb to comb the hair back. So it wasn't middle part exactly for me, so I decided to create a new part closest to the part that I already had before. So to help the hair melt more, I'm going to pull the hair back and I'm going to use my elastic band to tie the hair down so that everything can melt in very well. Whilst that hair is melting, I'm going to take my threaded needle and I'm going to start sewing that wig down, making sure everything is well nicely secured because she doesn't want this wig to fall off while she's out and about. So yeah, we're going to make sure everything is well secured in the hair. After that, I'm going to take my comb. I'm using a white tooth comb because I don't want to pull too much on the hair. So I'm taking my white tooth comb and my blow dryer and I'm going to blow dry the hair a little bit. It's dry, but I just wanted it to be more sleek so that when I go into flat iron, it'll be easier. It's now time to cut off the lace. I'm using my comb and I'm going to make sure that I pull all the hair back from her face before I start cutting. And as you can see, the way that I'm moving my hands, I know you can't see very well, sorry about that, but I'm cutting in zigzag motion. I'm not really cutting straight across. I want it to look natural and melt into the skin as possible. Make sure that you cut in the lace as close to the hairline as possible. Very, very close to the hairline as possible. So be careful as well so you do not cut the person's skin off. Now I'm going to start by sectioning off her baby hairs. After that, I'm going to take my beeswax and I'm going to put it onto the hair so that I can hot comb and everything will be nice and sleek. I start by sectioning off pieces of the hair, and I use just a little bit of hairspray in every section before I hot comb it. Be very careful so you do not burn the person with the hot comb. Now I'm going to hot comb the baby's hairs so that it can go in the direction that I want, and it will be easier when I'm molding it. I'm going to cut off some of the baby hair to make it short because you do not want it too long, or you can cut it to however you want it to be. Now I'm going to start off by using gel and a little bit of mousse, and I'm going to use that to mold the baby hair into how I want it to be. So after, I'm going to tie everything down, and I'm going to use a scarf, and also I'm going to use my elastic band again, making sure everything is well nice and secure. Now we're using a curling wand, and I think this is the 1-inch curling wand. I'm just going to use that to curl the hair. I'm just going to use some texture spray and a little bit of gas to be glued spray to make sure that everything is well nice and crunchy, not too crunchy, just so it can last a little longer. When using a curling wand, it can get extremely hot and it can burn you so easily. So be very careful, and it comes with a glove, so you can use the gloves, or if you have a glove that you use in the winter, just use that. From using it so many times, I know how to use it without it burning me. Sometimes it does, but right now I'm used to it. So just be careful, extremely careful, because you don't want to burn your fingertips. So as you can see, I keep curling the hair. So watch me slay this hair. I'm going to take the headband and then the hair scarf off, and I'm going to make sure that the edges are well molded, and also it blends well into with the curls. I don't know if you know what I mean. There are some creases that the headband creates sometimes. So I'm just trying to make sure I take it off, and then I use my curling wand to make sure everything is nice and smooth as I curl. You see what I'm talking about. You see. I'm taking my comb and I'm using it to brush the baby hairs so it's not too hard and stiff. I want it to blend very well into the hair. As you can see, I just love saying the word blend because I like to everything to blend in very well and seamless. So blending is key. Blending is key. As you can see, those curls are popping, those curls are banging, those curls are on fleek. Sis, get you some curling one curls, because oh my god. And these curls last longer. I don't know why, but there's something with the curling one that when I use it, it lasts longer. Maybe because it's tighter, it lasts longer than my curling barrel, you know, the other one that has the clamps on it. Yeah, these curls last longer than that one. So now that the curls are done, I'm going to comb the hair and style the hair. Any stuff that I like to cut off, I do cut them off. As you can see, there's a little bit of baby hair, like a piece right there that I didn't see yet. So later on, I'm gonna cut it off, but right now it's there. And oh my goodness, it's oh my god, it's so annoying. But yeah, let's focus on how good this hair looks. She was so happy. It looks so nice and flat. I just took a little bit of my beeswax and I just used that to take away any or tame any flyaways that I may have created. Now, the rest of the bee wax that's in my palms, I'm going to use that in my comb to start separating the curls, but not too much. I just use the comb to brush it and maybe trim off just a little bit, and then use my hand that has the beeswax to make the hair nice and smooth, because I don't want it to be too frizzy, so that the curls can last longer, prettier, and better. And the beeswax it's not gonna make the curls drop because I'm not putting a whole lot. I'm just using just a little bit of the what's in my palms, and I'm just going to use that to make it nice and smooth. This is the finished look. I hope you love this tutorial. Oh my god, it took a little while, but then it came out so beautiful. She is so in love with this hair. Oh, I can't wait to bring you guys more videos. Thank you so much for watching my channel.
Thank you, Queen G Beauty, for this amazing hair. I love it.
See you next time. Thank you, all my royal majesties. I love you all. Bye-bye.